Most High, I'm coming back to you real quick. I want to put a thought in your head really, really fast. And those of you on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel and keep following us on the other platforms. Look at this right here. Now, we've been talking about the title of this video is talking about Black history and also reparations. I've been telling y'all we're not going to get any reparations, and if we do, it'll be, bit small pieces of the change, and they have to appease us some kind of way. So they will give us reparations in a sense of small portions compared to what they owe us, nearly probably $10 trillion, but they will never give us that. So so they was talking about giving us reparations. I want to show you something real fast. If you look at and just put in Black people, African American spending in America. If you look at this right here, this is CNBC from their website. And when 2021, if you see here, well, I don't think I can. I didn't turn my let's turn this on because I don't think I turned my screensaver on. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on. I want you to see this really, really fast because I got a couple of minutes to get this done. Okay, if you look at the black spending power, which reaches or it reached in 2021, $1.6 trillion. Okay, 1.6 trillion dollars. We spend a lot of money in the United States, and I'm really, really. Let me see. In 2022, if you look at that, in 22, our spending power, I know it went up some. But I don't have time to really go into it. So, but we know in 2021, the black spending power in the United States was 1.6 trillion. So, if they gave us reparations, you know, we'll probably end up doing giving it back. We'll get it, and then we'll get it back. And I think in our community, we spend about our dollars stay in our community, what, 2 hours, maybe 4 hours, and then we spend it in other areas. Now, well, opposed to our counterparts, which stays in, I think it's 28 days or something like that. And Asians, I think they spend, I stay in their in community 32 days or 35 days, maybe something like that. But when we get our check, we go and we spend our money, and we spend it in other communities, and it stays in our communities 2 to 4 hours. Now, I don't have time to go into detail with that, but I want to show you something else with Black history. We know already that Florida, Ron DeSantis has been talking about banning African American studies, and it's on a trend that they do not want us to teach or their children to know anything about slavery. And if we keep it up, I guarantee you, our great grandkids, or I want to say maybe our grandkids or great grandkids, will not know anything about slavery either. So the thing about it, and this is why, if you look at Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 68. I'm going to put this on here. Verse number 68. Look what it says. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, and by the way thereof, whereof I spake unto thee, that thou shalt see it no more again. And what? Let's go back to what it says. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Only one person, one people has ever been in slavery in a ships. And we know that it says there, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondmen and women, and no man shall buy you, meaning that no one is going to redeem you. No one is going to get you out of it. We had Malcolm X, Dr. King, Farrakhan. We had different people that try to speak us, Marcus Garvey. We had people from in recent history and even past history to try to tell us that we need to get out and we need to go back to Africa and so forth and so on. But no man is going to buy you, because we found out in um, Joel chapter 3 and verse number 7. We'll see that real quick. It says, "What's why no man is going to get you out of it? Because God said, Behold, I will raise them out of the place where you have sold them. I'm going to do it. He's going to get all the glory out of it." So that's the reason why. Now, the reason why I brought this up and doing this video is because with that Deuteronomy 28 is that this identifies who a people that's been in slavery. So that they don't want you to know anything about slavery because it goes back to scripture, And you can't say this is the regular Egypt either, because I looked that up as well, and doing a understanding on this right here. If you look at this right here, it says that Egypt, when Moses brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, it was 430 years. So don't try to say that the scripture was talking about in Genesis 15 and 13. Let's pull that up real quick. Genesis 15 and 13. Um, um, Genesis 15, it says, in verse number 13, it says, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be in a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. So this is not talking about, I heard some preachers actually say this is talking about Egypt. No, this talk about when Moses was in Egypt. This is not, it's not true. This is, we find out here that they ask a question: did Israelites spend 400 years in Egypt? He said 400 years in Egypt. The Israelites did not spend 400 years in Egypt. They spent 430 years in Egypt. 430 years in Egypt, as you see it right here. 430 years, the biblical timeline that Moses led the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And then this talking about a spiritual Egypt here, because we know Egypt means house of bondage. And so if you look at this here, it says that, we go through this real quick, and shall be, and no other race has ever been in ships in slavery. No other race. Now they always say that many people have been in slavery, and many races, all races, been enslaved, but not in ships. In this, I clearly identify who are the children of the Most High. So I wanted to show you that the reason why we will not get reparations as a whole, because he says, when you look at Joel 3, he says, I will raise them out of the place where you sold them, and will return recompense upon your own head. In other words, he's going to pay, you're going to pay the Most High. You're going to pay the Most High. You're not going to pay him. He said, will you render me a recompense? Oh, Syri and Sidon in Joel 3 and 4. And if you recompense me, and if you recompense me, the Most High says, swiftly and speedily will I return recompense upon your own head. Now, you're not going to get reparations, because he said you're going to pay the Most High. And if we did get any money, we'll give it right back, because we have a spending power. We have a spending power of 1.2 trillion, 1.5 trillion, whatever, $2 trillion since 2021. We have a spending power, and we'll give it right back. If we got it reparations, we'll give it right back. We'll give it right back, because we're going to take our money. I think San Francisco is saying they want to give $5 million per citizen. They'll take it right back and give it right back. They won't think about building schools. We won't unify enough and say, let's get our own neighborhoods together. Let's unify together with our $5 million per person. And then we'll have our own hospitals like we did in Black Wall Street, which there were many Black Wall Streets. We just don't know about them. And let's build our own airports. Let's build our own hospitals. Let's build our own communities. But we won't do that, because we'll take our money and go buy some Nikes. We'll go buy some Jordans. We'll go out to the other areas and spend our money. That's what we'll do. And we got to, if we did get reparations, and that's why the Most High is not going to give it to you, because he know we can't unify. We can't unify. We don't want to unify, and so we won't come together. We'll everybody be driving around and driving in new SUVs and everything else. So I'm gonna end it right there. I don't want to say that, number one, we're not getting reparations. If we do, we'll take it and spend it everywhere else. I mean, a portion of the money when they say we do, if we do. And then at the same time, they don't want us to know about Black history, because Black history will identify Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 68, that these people were enslaved. So if we learn slavery in school, we'll go to the scriptures. We'll go to the holy scriptures, the Bible, and we'll say, wait a minute. We do owe these people reparations, because we've been giving to the wrong people. We've been giving to the people of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9, and Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. And all along, we should have been given to the people that we enslaved in ships. I got to get out of here. All praise to the Most High. Think of this, gives you something to think about. Shalom.